right, we're in week 3, and finally for week 3, I brought the book, which took me 3 weeks to bring. For the past couple of weeks, we've been working our way in class up through the chakras, and this week we're in number 3. The color is yellow. I've worn my yellow pants. There's some yellow in the room. But to back it up very quickly for those that are new to them or just want a reminder, chakras are wheels or spinning discs of energy that you don't necessarily see with our eyes, but you feel them, you experience them in different layers of our body. And I brought the book because I've had the book now for almost 10 years, and I've read it, it's highlighted, and each and every time that I read it, there feels like there's a new nugget of information to start to learn from. So in chakras, I know some in the back might not be able to see, but you can always come take a look. We're thought to have 7 of them that run along the length of our spine. By no means do you have to come to each one of the chakra classes. You can think of each one as its own independent, energetic experience, but once you start to think about one, they begin to unlock some awareness about the others. So a quick reminder, week 1 was the root chakra. It was all about connecting to the earth, connecting to the ground, and we asked ourselves the question, do I have everything that I need? Do I have the basic things that I need to function as a human being? Have I drank enough water? Have I slept enough? Have I eaten enough food in order to do what I'm about to do? And now the second one, last week, was all in the hips. That was the question of what is it that I desire? What is it that brings me joy? What is it that brings me pleasure? And how can I start to seek those aspects of myself out? And now we make our way to number 3, hot. It's the element of fire. So full disclosure, we will get sweaty today. We're going to do a lot of fun for me things, even though I'm not practicing, but we are working in the very center of our being. So this chakra, it's called Manipura chakra. The English translation is lustrous gem. The color is yellow that it's associated with, like the rays of the sun. And its element is that of fire. So this is the chakra that asks us the question, okay, now that I've decided or figured out I have what I need, what my desires are, this third chakra asks us, now what am I going to do with that information? Where do I want to start to move that energy towards? It can be taking a little time to think about it more, ponder, give yourself moments to just get the lay of the land, or it can be like, I've thought about this enough, and now it's time to start to take action, to start to move towards steps of what I want to do. So we'll do 1,000,001 twists today. Because I like to do twists in this practice because the upper body moves in one direction and the lower body will move in the other, so you can feel this band of energy around the center of your being. It's located in our solar plexus. We're going to move in a second. And for many, many years, yoga teachers in class I would be like, and now move your solar plexus to the right and to the left. And it took me 6 years to figure out what that was and where they were. So the easiest explanation I have is if you can do it on yourself or watch, but if you're to feel down your ribs where the ribs meet and palpate all the way down to the bottom of your ribs, above your belly button, there's just always soft and tender place that this is where the solar plexus reside. And it's not just here. If you were to bring a hand to the back and match that spot, it exists right in the middle of the center of your being. And this is where we'll start to practice and see where it takes us. But take breaks, sip on water. I'll turn the fans higher, the air conditioning higher as we need. But we'll see where this third chakra of fire begins to transform us into. Glad you guys are here. Let's take a comfortable seat whenever you're ready. So you can start lying down. If you'd like to sit with your legs crossed or seated on your knees, take a moment to give yourself time to arrive. And with your eyes either closed or softly open, begin to listen for your breath. When we close and soften our eyes, it gives us a moment to see ourselves more clearly than before. Where each breath that you take dissolves the day that was. Each breath that you take lets you arrive to where you are now. And each quiet breath that comes after makes space for what has yet to come. So with your eyes soft and that gaze turned deeply inward, can you let your breath slowly begin to deepen, taking a breath from the nose, down into your belly, and then up into your heart. And as you exhale, offer the breath up and out through the crown of your head. Continue with a few more rounds of that same breath, feeling the cool air as it comes in through the nose, and the warmth that you generate as you exhale the breath out. Let's start our time and our practice together with 3 more rounds of that same breath. You can place your hands to center anywhere that feels for you, on your body, perhaps where this chakra resides, below the ribs, above the belly, or even in front of your heart. But wait for your next inhale as it fills you up completely, and exhale to offer all of that breath out. 2 more times on your own. At the bottom of your breath, pause for a moment. Take notice of any difference that comes when you listen for and remember your breath. Now, keeping that attention as best as you can, gently release your hands, blink your eyes open, and let's start standing today at the top of our mats. You can have both feet under your hips as you come up to stand. With a tiny bend in your knees, let your arms come down by your sides and take a deep breath in, let it fill you up, and exhale to offer all of that breath out. And now watch for your neighbors around you. We'll start to link breath and movement together by moving the arms. So as you inhale, sweep your arms to the sides and overhead. And exhale to let the hands come down by your sides. 3 more times with your breath. Big inhale to reach up, touch the sky. And as you exhale, let the arms come down as the crown of your head grows taller towards the ceiling. Twice more, breathe into the belly, the chest, the top of your heart. And exhale to let the arms come down as you grow tall. And now big inhale to reach those arms up to the sky again. As you exhale, soften your knees, hinge at your hips, and fold over your legs. You can bring your fingertips to blocks or the floor out in front of your feet. But as you bow in towards yourself, take a deep breath in here and exhale to offer all of that breath out. And now plant your palms to the top of your mat. 1 foot at a time, walk your feet to the back of your mat to take it to downward facing dog. In your first down dog of class, take anything you need. You might pedal the heels from side to side. You might soften or straighten your legs simultaneously. But a slow, steady breath in through the nose and exhale out through the nose or parted lips. When you find your next inhale, come forward to plank pose, knees up or down. Stay for a full breath. Reach your tail towards your heels and slide your heart forward. Big breath in. And exhale to bend your elbows as you lower all the way down to your belly. Hands as wide as your mat. Inhale to rise for cobra or baby cobra. Hug the shoulder blades towards each other. And on your exhale, we'll meet in downward facing dog or table or puppy pose for 3 slow, steady breaths. This is the chakra, the Manipura chakra, that asks us, what is it that I want to do with this information, with this energy that I have? And we get time here in our practice to be able to decide that in any given moment. Anytime you want to be in down dog, in table, in puppy, you get the choice to do so. To take 1 more breath in and a deeper breath out. Now at the bottom of your breath, lift your heels high, soften your knees, peek forward, and walk your feet up towards your hands to come into your forward fold. Inhale to come up halfway, reach the solar plexus to the front of the room. And exhale to fold, bowing in towards yourself. Take a big breath in to rise, stand through your legs, reach up, touch the sky. And exhale to let the hands come down by your sides. With your feet under your hips, palms to your thighs, bend your knees and sit your hips into chair pose. We're going to take a few rounds of that breath of fire, that Kapalbhati, so follow your pace, but take a big breath in through the nose and exhale out through the nose again as the heart lifts. Now inhale in to fill up. With the lips closed, begin your exhales through the nose. Move your belly back towards your spine. Move the solar plexus back towards the spine. Go at this pace or slower or faster, but continue at your own pace here. This breath, it's meant to let that heat begin to rise, that fire begin to build from the inside out. Also called that skull shining breath. As the heat rises, it illuminates space behind the eyelids. We'll be here for 10 more seconds. Continue at your pace. For 6, let the hips sit lower for 2. Let the chest lift for 4. We're hopping around. Sit for 3, 2, and 1. Stay seated as you take a deep breath in. Fill up more at the top. And exhale to stay seated as you let all of that breath go. And now slow inhale to come all the way up to stand. Reach those arms forward and up to the sky. Get tall. As you exhale, soften your knees and fold over your legs. Inhale to come up halfway to lengthen. Reach the heart forward. And exhale to step it back to plank pose, the top of your push-up. Take a full round of breath here. And exhale to lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Wait for your inhale to rise, Cobra Bhujangasana. And exhale to take it back to down dog, table, or puppy. 3 more breaths. That breath flows first in the direction of your heart. Your heart then ignites and awakens the mind. And the brilliance of the mind inspires the full depth of your body. Take a longer breath in and a clear, steady breath out. At the bottom of your exhale, lift your heels high, soften your knees, peek forward, and come forward to the top of your mat. Inhale to come up halfway, reach the heart long. And big exhale to fold as you bow in. Take a long breath in to rise. Stand through your legs, reach up, touch the sky. And exhale to let the hands come down by your sides. One more time, palms to your thighs, bend your knees and sit your hips back. We'll do one last round of that breath of fire. You can keep the steadiness of your breath, or with the lips closed, inhale through the nose. Exhale all the breath out through the nose. Now inhale to come up halfway, and exhale through the nose, begin. Let the hips stay heavy to the earth. You can push your palms into your thighs to lift the heart. Stay at this pace, go slower or faster. But for 20 more seconds, can you move that solar plexus back? Feel that heat build. And as the heat rises, it clears space in and through the crown of the head. Continue for 10, 9, let the hips sit lower for 8, lift the heart for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay seated as you take a deep breath in. Stay seated as you exhale all of that breath out. And now inhale to come all the way to rise. Reach your arms up to the sky. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Grow 1 inch taller and then tip to the left for standing crescent. As you take a breath into that right side of your waist, let your left hip point more forward. Let the left shoulder point to the front of the room. And now press the ears and the throat back to lift your chin. Take a big breath in and stay for your exhale. Inhale to come all the way back up through center. Take a breath as you switch your wrists. Grow tall through the left fingertips and then tip to the right for standing crescent on the second side. Breathe into that left side of your waist. Slide the ears back, the throat back. Maybe bring your arms back in line with your ears. Wait for the inhale to come all the way up through center. Reach up, touch the sky. And as you exhale, fold, bowing in towards yourself. Keep your right foot forward. Step your left foot back to catch your lunge. You can be on blocks on either side of that right foot or come up onto your fingertips. But lift that back thigh higher. And now with your left hand on the ground, reach your right arm straight ahead towards the top of your mat, front of the room. Stretch forward through the right fingertips, and now tack the right hip back towards the wall behind you. Take a big inhale in, and on your exhale, we twist open to the right. Reach the right arm to the sky as you turn the belly to the right. Twice more as you inhale, bow in towards yourself. Big exhale, a big circle as the right arm sweeps up and back. One more time, inhale to get long, reach through the right fingertips. And now as you exhale, stay twisting to the right arm to the sky. Lift the back thigh higher, tack the right hip back, and then lean back against the strength of your legs. Take one more breath in. Stay for your exhale, bend into that front thigh. And then inhale to unwind, lower the right hand, step it forward with as many hops as you need, left foot to meet the right. Inhale to come up halfway, reach the solar plexus to the top of your mat. Big exhale to fold, bowing in. Keep your left foot forward, step your right foot back to catch your lunge. Come up onto your fingertips or blocks just so that there's some space between your belly and your left thigh. And now right hand down, reach your left arm forward, stretch through the left fingertips as you tack the left hip back. Big breath in here, and exhale to twist open to the left. Stretch up through the left fingers. Keep making those circles twice more. Sweep the left arm back and then down, and big exhales to open up. One more time, like the rays of the sun, reach out through the left fingertips, get longer. And now stay twisting to the left. Reach the left arm to the sky. Lift the back thigh higher, tack the left hip back, and then slide the ears and the throat back to lean back. One more breath in. Stay for your exhale, maybe bend into that front thigh. And now inhale to unwind, lower the hands. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Take your time to find your way there. You might pedal the heels from side to side or take a breath to notice what you feel. Inhale through to plank pose. As you exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Inhale to rise for cobra. Lift up through the chest, hug the shoulder blades together. And on your exhale, we meet in downward facing dog. From your down dog, float the right leg up and back. Step it through to catch your lunge. And now pivot your hands and feet to the left to come into your wide-legged forward fold, facing the long edge of your mat. Good. Check to see that those toes are pointing straight ahead. Teeny bend in your knees so that they don't lock. And now inhale to hug your legs and feet towards each other. Feel that energy run up the ground into the legs. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, you might soften the elbows as you bow in towards yourself. Take one more breath. Hug the legs, the feet, the thighs together. And big exhale to offer all of that breath out. Good. Now turn the right knee and toes to catch your lunge. Keep your fingertips on the floor or blocks, and now push that right leg straight to move towards pyramid pose. As you straighten the right leg, lift the back heel higher up off the floor, tack the right hip back and the left hip more forward. Now we'll pulse here a few times. As you inhale, bend the right knee, reach the heart forward through to lunge. Big exhale to fold and straighten that front leg. One more time with the breath. Inhale through to lunge, bend the knee. And as you exhale, fold and straighten that front leg. Now pause here, lift the back heel a drop higher. Try to wrap the left hip forward and tack that right hip back so you feel it more in the back of your right thigh. Now keep the legs where they are. As you inhale, come up halfway to lengthen, reach the chest long. The left hand stays on the ground or on the block as you bring your right palm to your low back. Shrug the right shoulder to the ear. Hug the right shoulder blade onto your spine, and from your belly, twist to the right for this version of revolved triangle. With the right leg straight but not locked, tack the right hip back. Shrug the right shoulder up and back. You might even lean back against the strength of your legs. Maybe the right arm reaches to the sky. Take one more breath in. Stay for your exhale. And then inhale to unwind, lower the hands, bend your right knee as you take it back to downward facing dog. I said twists, right? Yeah, this is like one of 150. No, I'm kidding. We're not going to do that many, but check out what you feel from one side to the other. And now for side two, float the left leg up and back. Step it through to catch your lunge. You might bring your strap with you as you pivot your hands and feet to the right for that wide-legged forward fold on the other side. We'll take it with a shoulder stretch. So either grab a strap between your hands at your low back. This will give your shoulders and chest lots of space. Or you can interlace your fingers, up to you. But hug your hands at the low back, hug the shoulder blades together, and now lift your arms to the sky off of your tush. Remember your legs, really feel the balls of your feet heavy. Hug your legs and thighs towards each other. And now as you tug your strap or tug your fingers apart, think shoulder blades together to broaden through the chest. Take one more breath here. Stay for the exhale as you offer that breath out. And then hug the shoulder blades together. Good. Slowly on your next inhale, release the strap back to your tush. Ditch it if you have it. Turn the left knee and toes to catch your lunge. And come up onto your fingertops or blocks on either side of that left foot. Push the left leg straight, pyramid pose. Maybe you come higher up onto those blocks. And now lift the back heel high. Wrap the right hip forward, the left hip back. Nice, and this way. This hip forward, and then tack this hip back. Good. On an inhale through to lunge, bend the knee, lift your chest. As you exhale, fold and straighten that leg. 2 more times. Really follow the breath. Inhale through to lunge. Big exhale to fold and straighten that leg. And now pause here. Wrap the right hip forward. Tack the left hip back. Inhale to come up halfway to lengthen. And now with your right hand on the block or on the floor, left palm to the low back. Shrug your left shoulder to the ear. Squeeze the left shoulder blade onto your spine. And from your belly, begin to twist yourself open to the left. Stay here. Maybe the left palm stays on the low back or you reach it to the sky. Take a big breath in. Stay for your exhale. And then inhale to unwind. Lower the hands. Bend that left knee as you take it back to downward facing dog. Pedal the heels. Notice what you feel from side to side. And now inhale through to plank pose. As you exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Pause once you're on the ground, reach your arms alongside of you, and flip your palms down to face the floor. We'll come up to a round of locust. Before we lift up, shrug your shoulders to the ears and hug your shoulder blades together. And now hug your thighs together. They don't have to touch, but feel them magnetize in. As you inhale, lift your head, lift your heart, lift your palms up. And slow exhale to let the legs lift up and away from the earth. Close or soften your eyes to listen for your breath. With each inhale, hug those inner thighs towards each other. Lift the thighs up to the sky. With each exhale, hug the shoulder blades together. Lift your palms 1 more inch. Take a big breath in. And on your exhale, release. Lower all the way down. Can rest on your cheek. Rest on your forehead. Can wiggle your hips from side to side. But take slow, full, steady breaths into that belly to let the low back expand, touching the air above you. If you're on a cheek or on a palm, turn to the other side and take 1 more breath in and a steady, clear breath out. And now hands come to either side of your chest. Tuck your toes under. Push the floor away from you to come up through to plank pose or tabletop. And exhale to take it back to downward facing dog. From your down dog, let the right leg lift up and back. Step it through to catch your lunge. On an inhale, come on up to rise for high lunge. Reach the arms, the chest, and the torso to the sky. Walk the right foot as much as you need over to the right, so you're less on a tightrope, more on train tracks. But lift the back thigh high. Stretch up through the fingertips and see if you can look away from the ground. Take a big breath in. Stay for your exhale as you bend into that front thigh. Now hands come to your hips. Let's come up to stand. All the hops you need to spring off your left foot, left thigh to the chest. Lower the left foot down. Feel both feet on the ground. And now bend your knees as you sit your hips back into chair. We're not doing breath of fire again. We're going to do a hip opener. Lean into the left foot. Lift your right heel and cross your right ankle over your left thigh for pigeon chair or standing figure 4. Think hips to the back of the room as you lift your heart up to the sky. Take a big breath in. Stay for your exhale. Let the hips get heavier as you lift the solar plexus towards the ceiling. Yes. Inhale to come all the way to rise. Draw the right knee towards your belly. Take 1 more breath. Get tall. And now thread it all the way back to lunge. Not quite done. Lower your hands to the ground. And now lower your right knee to the floor or a blanket for some extra padding. Walk your right hand all the way off to the right. This is twist number 40. Left palm to your left thigh. We'll take it with a thigh stretch. Hug your right knee forward. Bend your back knee to lift the back toes up. Take a breath here, or let the left hand reach around to hold somewhere on the right foot. You can lasso a strap around the foot. You can stick your fingers between your toes. Yes, nice. And as you have a hold somewhere on the leg, shrug the left shoulder up and back. Shrug the right shoulder up and back. And then even lean back against your heart. Take a deep breath in. Stay for your exhale. You okay to stay for an extra breath? On your next inhale, slowly release the hold of your leg. Plant your palms. Take it back to downward facing dog. Just take a few breaths, and when you're ready, you come back. And lift your hips to the sky. Pedal the heels from side to side. Take a breath to notice what you feel and see. And now inhale to lift the left leg to the sky. Step it through to catch your lunge. Come on up to rise for high lunge on the second side. Walk your left foot as much as you need over to the left as you reach up. Good. Lift the back thigh higher. Lift the back heel higher, and as you stretch up through the fingertips, bend into that front leg. Now hands come to your hips. As many hops as you need to spring off the back foot. Scoop the right thigh to your chest, grow an inch taller, and now lower the right foot down. Bend your knees, sit your hips back. Lean into the right foot, lift your left heel, and cross the left ankle over the right thigh for standing figure 4. Flex the left foot as best as you can to steady the ankle and knee. And now think booty to the back of your mat as you reach your chest up to the sky. Take a big breath in, down, and wide. Stay for your exhale. Let your hips get heavier as you lift your heart up. And now inhale to come all the way up to stand. Draw the left knee to your belly. Grow 2 inches taller and thread the left foot back to lunge. Plant your hands on the ground, lower the left knee to the blanket or their mat. And as your left hand walks over to the left, right palm to your right thigh, turn from your belly towards the right leg. Stay here. You might bend your back knee, lift the left toes up, and the right hand can reach around for the left foot. Come in. Yes. As you have a hold of the foot or a strap, or the toes, take a longer breath in and a steadier breath out. Shrug that right shoulder up and back. Maybe lean back against the strength of your heart. And now inhale to unwind. Lower the hands, lower the feet, and take it back to downward facing dog. From your down dog, take a breath. Take notice of what you see and feel. And now walk your feet to come as wide as your mat. Tiny bend in your knees, and one palm at a time, walk your hands back to meet your feet so you fold somewhere at the back of your mat. You can grab opposite elbows or let your fingertips touch the earth, but take a breath or two here to be heavy against yourself. A deeper breath in and a long, steady breath out. And now climb those hands up onto your hips, stand through your legs, and an inhale to come all the way to rise. And release your hands. Toasty, as promised. Yes, drink some water, take a breath. The air conditioning is on, and making you hot was on purpose. We're going to cool ourselves down a little later. Okay, the beauty and the downfall of bringing the book, even though I've read it 100 times, each one of the chakras, it was written in the 70s, and when I read it now, I'm still like, oh, it still applies. But she also has poses for each of the chakras. We're going to do a few rounds of boat pose, Navasana, because she says we have to do it. So if there's any complaints, you can email her. Her email's on the back of the book, and she's still very much alive in the woods of Northern California. So come to take a seat, butt on the ground, legs out in front of you, and take a breath. So for boat pose, it's a lot of work of steadying ourselves. We're going to work through it a few ways. So start with your knees bent, catch your hands behind your thighs, and keep your feet on the floor to begin. Now with your hands behind your legs, lift up through the heart. And now feel, can you slide the solar plexus back towards your spine? That's it. Stay right here. You might flex the feet up off the floor, keeping your heels down. Or as you lean back, the feet might lift up to come to eye height. Boat. Good. Keep your hands behind your thighs to start. And now press your thighs into your hands until you feel the hip flexors soften a bit. And then solar plexus back to the spine as you lift the heart. Stay here. If you want to release the arms, you can release the arms. If you want to straighten the legs, you can straighten the legs. But 3 deep breaths. In, down, and wide. Stay for the exhale. Think solar plexus back as you lift the heart up. 1 more breath. Fill in and down. Stay for the exhale. And now lower the feet. Lower the legs. You can windshield wiper your knees from side to side or give your legs a hug in towards your belly. But give yourself a moment to reset. Yes? Good. Did I tell you we were going to do an arm balance today? No. Okay, we're going to do an arm balance today with a twist in a little bit. And this is a pose that's going to help us feel this band of energy, the center of the being. So let's do it one more time. You can either do the exact same thing that you did, because sometimes staying in stillness is harder than some dynamic movement, or boat pose, you like my hand stick figures, to half boat, back to boat. Yeah? Nikki's going to show. So this time it's from boat, which is what you just did. She'll lean back if you want to and lift the heart. And now the option will be to release the hands from behind the legs. Inhales to grow long, so the legs will reach forward, the lower back will come back. Exhales, she'll pull herself back up through center. Inhales to grow long. Exhales to come back. Good, nice, thank you. 5 times, yeah? Either 5 breaths in stillness or inhale, exhale 5 times. I'll talk you through it. You get to choose the choice of what you'd like to do. So start with your knees bent, feet on the ground again. Catch your hands behind your thighs. Lift your chest up, get tall. Stay right here, breathing. Or as you lean back, the feet might lift to eye height, flexing the feet. Lots to do in stillness. Press your thighs into your hands, lift your chest up. If you want to move into that more dynamic movement, release your arms. Inhale to extend, feet forward, heart back. Exhale to pull yourself back together. Breathe, big inhales wherever you are. Big exhales to peel yourself back together. 3 more, drink in your breath. Exhales to come on back up. Twice more, feel that fire in the belly begin to ignite. Inhales, grow long. Exhales to come back up. Last one, big breath in. Exhales to come up, maybe stay for 3. Lift your chest up for 2. Flex your feet for 1. And now lower your feet down. Cross your ankles. Come on to rock forward. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Anyone need her email? Anadea Judith? I can give it to you. Her website, I sometimes like to look on it every year, once a year. It's like word art. You know, when we were, do you know what I mean? Like when we made presentations, when I made presentations as a kid and you got to do those 3D things, that's what her website looks like, and it is bliss, heaven and bliss. All right, from your down dog, inhale through to plank pose just for a breath. As you exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Now drink that breath in as you come up for a round of cobra. Lift up through the heart. Stay for a breath. Hug your palms towards each other. Try to drag your hands back to your hips as you lift the back of your heart up. 1 more breath. And on your exhale, release. Lower all the way to the ground. Press up through to tabletop. Come up to your hands and your knees. And now sit back onto your heels as you sip some water, shake it out, and take a breath. Yeah? Okay, let's balance on the arms. So we're going to work towards twisted crow with the option of going into Ekapada Kundanyasana 1, which is like revolved triangle, if you carry the thread. So what it's going to look like, and you know, before I mention this, 3rd chakra, Manipura chakra. The English translation is lustrous gem. So if you could ever imagine, like in a museum or in your home, seeing a gem, and when you shine light on it, there's fractals that come from each direction. It doesn't just go straight through, it radiates. And the idea is that is what exists right in the solar plexus. Once the energy of fire gets ignited, it can't be stopped. It ignites itself in each direction. So this is the chakra that we begin to ask ourselves the question, all right, I've asked myself the questions of what is it that I need to survive? What is it that I desire? And now that I know those two things, what am I going to do with it? Do I want to sit on that energy or those thoughts for a little while, percolate, think about them more so that I can make a decision? Or have enough decisions been made, has enough thought been made, that now it's the time to start to take action? And I mention this now because we've done a lot already. We've done a billion twists. We're going to do a few more, and now we're going to balance on the arms. The question is, what is the choice that you want to make here? There's no wrong answer. And we get to practice in little glimmers on our mat, so that if we're lucky, we get to practice in the world outside. So what I'm going to show you first is just an option. I'll show you the other options, which are also A+ when it gets hot outside. But you get to choose, and you get to make a decision for yourself as far as what it is that you want to do. So the first way that we'll check in and come into it, and I'll show you and then talk you through it, is coming into that low little squat, feet together, knees together, and you hug in. And now one hand comes onto the floor as you reach this arm up to the sky. The thing about twists is you want to find a lot of length first. So you breathe into the side of your body, and then you pull the knees in and hook the elbow across. Yeah? This is the side view. As you draw the knees in, what I want you to try and do first, squeeze the thighs together and play with your balance. Maybe the fingertips stay down. Maybe you're here. I call this mime in a box. You can't get out. But because this is the arm balance without balancing any weight on your arms. This is the shape that we're taking without any pressure on the wrists. And it's by no means easy. With each inhale, you want to get long. And each exhale, you want to keep that length as you turn open. You'll find lots of length in the low back. So this is one version. Or you might be like, okay, I want to play with putting my hands on the ground. Palms come down as wide as your mat. You lift the heels and tush and bring the knees towards the armpits. Now the action is going to be not straight down to the ground, but think solar plexus forward. That energy is moving forward. And as you move the solar plexus forward, the feet might start to lift up off the ground. Side crow, the option to extend the legs might also come. Yeah? And then maybe you come back. You see how that is kind of like this? We did, kind of, but very different. Yeah? That's the action in the legs. Legs are extending out as the solar plexus is reaching forward. Always, if you saw any of that and you're like, the rest is coming, a great option, an even sweeter option. We love to see it. Yeah, it's a choice that you get to make to decide where you want to move your energy towards. There's a lot of power of observation, of seeing other people do it, and encouragement, but do your thing whenever you need. If you want to come into that arm balance and the balance, I'll talk you through it. If you're doing anything else, take your time, and we'll meet you there very soon on the other side. Questions before we start? Are you good? You want to try it? Okay. So let's do, can you face the brick wall side of the room? Turn to face the right side of your mat. This is just so that your hands will stay on the mat itself. Turn to face the brick wall. Come onto the balls of your feet. And lift your heels up. Now start first by squeezing your heels together, your thighs together, as you lift your chest tall. Now bring your left fingertips to the mat in front of you. Reach your right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. So reach your left fingertips towards me. Go along through the right side of your waist. And now as you exhale, bend your right elbow, draw your knees in towards your belly, and cross your right elbow over your left thigh. We're going to do mime in a box first. Hug your thighs together. Squeeze your heels together. Stay here. Or maybe lift your left arm up towards the sky. With each inhale, think chest long. Yes. Each exhale, turn the belly to the left. Stay right here. Or bring your palms to the ground, as wide as your mat. Lift your heels, lift your tush, and now bring your knees towards your right armpit. Solar plexus forward, bend your elbows back. Think heart forward, elbows back, and then maybe the feet get lighter. Maybe. Once the feet are light, the legs extend. The top right leg reaches to the back of the room. The left foot reaches to the brick wall. You breathing in there? And then to come out, the feet come down. Nice, Amy. Yes, beautiful. I said this yesterday. Yes, I know. Emily, you and me both. It was a very sweet thing to see all of you like this. I was like, questions?
I felt really tight in my hip side, like there wasn't a lot of room there.
That's the side you were twisting towards? Yeah.
This felt very cramped, and I had a hard time getting.
Yeah. Anyone else? Did you guys hear that one? It was the side that we were twisting to felt tight. Unfortunately, the worst answer I could give you is because you're balancing so much weight on that side, it will. But with the twisting, every breath you want to think, you get longer first before you go in. And one thing, I didn't see it on that first side, but what might also help is some people, when I first started doing these arm balances, I was like, what happens with this elbow? Where is this one going? And I started for a long time bringing this elbow towards my tush, like letting the elbow connect so that you have another point of contact, because your hips and pelvis are going to be the heaviest part of you. Yeah, so it gives you another place to touch down, to extend out from. And then one day, eventually, in the next lifetime, it might come out, but it doesn't have to. But that might be a way, it'll still feel tight in there, but it'll give you a moment to balance and feel. Yeah? Anyone else have thoughts on that?
So when you were doing it before, you were not using that arm?
Mm-mm.
Could you show us again?
I'll do the other side. Yeah, this way. The elbow is out. It's doing chaturanga. Elbow is over the wrist. Yeah, but come in there. Let it be another little point. Yeah? I know, where is it going? The thing that you don't want it to do is, what generally, let's see, there's many ideas swirling, but let's see if I can stick through it. It's the tendency of what happens for me and most of us is we tend to shortchange ourselves with the amount of space. And no one was doing this, but just to show, sometimes there's a tendency to bring your hands really close together and close towards you because there's so many reasons why, but we won't go there. But hands come wide and forward so that instead of thinking like, oh, I can go down this way, can you think, where am I moving my energy towards? I want to move it forward to somewhere that I can see. And that'll give you space to let the legs lift up. Yeah? Yay! With a toothache and all. Amazing. You want to try the other side? And then we'll wind our way down. Okay, great questions. Come to face that side of the room, the other side of your mat. Feet together, knees and thighs together as best as you can. I imagine this one is a little popcorn kernel, and then the popcorn expands. So let's start right fingertips to the floor in front of you, to the mat in front of you. Reach your left arm up to the sky. Get long through the left side, and now as you exhale, twist to the front of the room, knees towards your belly, left elbow over the right thigh, mime in a box. Hug your thighs together. Maybe both hands stay, or maybe they lift up. Ears back. Inhale to get long. Exhale to twist. That's it. Stay right here or bring your palms to the floor. Hands as wide as your mat and forward. And now lift your heels, lift your tush up, and bring your knees into that left armpit. As the knees come high up into the left shoulder, energy forward. Nice, Emily. Elbows back. And then maybe the feet lift. Maybe the legs extend, like revolved triangle. Wahoo! Yeah? Better or worse on that side? Yeah, there's also a thing that I didn't suggest. The left side is like always worse. That's why I did it first. I don't know why. One side always feels more constricted than the other, but we'll see. Did anyone feel any other ease on the second side or no? No, absolutely not. Okay, can we come to down dog one more time just to clear some space in the upper back? A few more things I'd love for us to do before we tennis ball our way down. In your down dog, Take a few breaths as you arrive. Pedal the heels, soften or straighten your legs as you take a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. And now on your next inhale, come forward to plank pose. Find the top of your push-up. As you exhale, bend your elbows to lower all the way to your belly. Hands as wide as your mat. Take up space. Inhale to rise for a round of cobra. Hug the shoulder blades towards each other. And on your exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. One more time. From your down dog, lower the knees to the floor. Come to sit on your butt facing the back of the room. So feet will be to the back of your mat. We're going to come to reverse table, and then we'll come to lie down. So butt on the floor, bend your knees. Bring your hands as wide as your mat, slightly behind your hips. You can have your thumbs facing towards your feet or your fingertips facing towards your feet. But with your butt on the floor, scoot your tush all the way forward towards your heels. Keep your butt on the ground as you lift your chest up. This is the sensation we seek. Now, if you want anything different, push your feet down and forward to lift your hips up. Push your palms down and apart to feel the upper back and chest broaden. You can look towards your knees, or you might look towards the sky as you slide the ears and throat back without cricking the neck. But take a big breath in. Stay for the exhale as you offer that breath out. Take one more long belly breath in. And big exhale to let that breath go. And now lower your feet to the ground, or lower your hips to the ground. Come to lie all the way onto your back. Have one of your straps close by. And does anyone need therapy balls? I can bring them over to you if you need them. Coming. We'll use them in a little bit. But I'll bring some to you. Once you're on your back, bend your knees. Bring both feet to the floor. Anyone up here need therapy balls? Coming. Thank you. With both feet on the ground, knees bent, let your hands rest anywhere on your body, on your belly, on your chest, alongside of you. A double wave. Yes. Come in. Once you're down on the ground, close or soften your eyes so you can listen for your breath. Call yourself back down to earth. The beauty of fire is that after the bright fire burns, after all the wood disperses, there's still those coals and embers left, which are hotter, if not more stronger than the fire itself. Can you feel the cool air as it comes in through your nose? And the warmth of each exhale as you offer that breath out. Take 3 more of those same breaths. Each inhale filling you in, down, and wide. And each exhale pouring itself out through every fiber of you. When you find your next breath, blink your eyes open if they're not already. Give your right leg a hug in towards your belly or in towards your chest. And start by making some small circles with that right foot or ankle. Spread the toes, point the toes. Take a breath here. And now options, either interlace your hands behind your right thigh or find your strap and bring it around the ball of your right foot. Start with the right knee bent to begin and press your right thigh into your palms or into the strap. And now begin to move the right leg towards the sky. As the right leg moves towards straight, if you're holding a strap, give yourself enough slack on the strap so that your elbows touch the ground on either side of you. Shrug your shoulders to the ears and wiggle those shoulder blades towards each other. Can I give you all the assist? Take a long, slow, steady breath in and big exhale to offer that breath out. Now, keeping both edges of the strap into just your right hand, or bringing your right hand to the outside of your right thigh, start to move that right leg over to the right, 1 inch at a time. As much as you can keep that left tush and the left shoulder down on the ground. A little drive-by. As you keep that left tush and left shoulder on the earth, take a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. And now on your next inhale, draw that right leg back up through center, release it from the strap, lower it down to the ground, and switch sides. Give the left knee a hug in towards your belly or in towards your chest. Make some circles with that left foot or the left ankle. Spread or point the toes in one or the other direction. But take a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. And now, as you draw the left foot back through center, either interlace your hands behind your left thigh with that awkward thumb or pinky on top, or find your strap as you loop it around the left foot. Press your thigh away from your belly towards the back of the room, and then let that left leg move towards straight, towards the sky. Shrug those shoulders to the ears. Wiggle your shoulder blades towards each other. And as you slow down the breath, take a longer breath in and a deep, clear breath out. Bring this leg onto my shoulder. Take another slow, steady breath in and a big exhale to let that breath go. And now bring both edges of the strap into just your left hand. Let your right hand come to your right thigh or the right hip. And now 1 inch at a time, let that left leg move to the left as much as you can keep your right butt cheek and the right shoulder down on the earth. Shrug the right shoulder up and back, heavy against the ground, as you take a deeper breath in and a long, steady breath out. Now on your next inhalation, draw that left leg and knee back through center. Release the strap. Give both legs a hug in towards your belly or in towards your chest. Take a full, steady breath in and a long, clear breath out. And now keep hugging the right knee in towards your belly and chest as you extend the left leg long out in front of you. With the left hand holding the right thigh, let the right leg move to the left for one final twist here on the earth. I like to bring blocks underneath that right thigh to bring the floor higher up to meet me. You might have it hovering, but let that right shoulder soften to the earth as you take a slow, steady breath in and a long, clear breath out. You can stay right here, or perhaps you bend your left knee towards your left tush, sweep your right hand down and around to hold on to the left foot. If you have a hold of that left foot, push your foot back into your hand to shrug the right shoulder up and back. Take a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. Kyle, can I give you a little space? Take a big breath in, big exhale out. You okay there? Good. If you have a hold of that bottom left foot, slowly release the hold. Uncross your legs as you draw your knees and feet back through center. Feel both feet on the ground. And now give the left leg a hug in towards your belly or chest. Extend your right leg long in front of you. Right hand holds the left thigh as you spill that left leg over to the right, the other side. Perhaps blocks or two underneath that left thigh is needed. Shrug the left shoulder up and back and offer it to your breath. Stay right here, or if you did so on side one, you might bend your right knee, kick your right tush with your right heel, and sweep your left arm down and around to reach for the right foot. Push your foot back into your hand as you shrug the left shoulder up and back. Take a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. Take one more full breath in. Big exhale to offer that breath out. And now on your next inhale, release the hold of your legs, draw your knees and feet back through center. Give both legs a squeeze in towards your belly or in towards your chest. We've done some asymmetrical work from side to side, so just notice what holding both legs or one or the other feels like. And then when the time comes, release the hold of your legs. I'm going to talk us through some therapy ball work in the upper back. If there's any other region that your body is preferring that you know, please feel free to take this time to work on your own. You're also more than welcome to set up early for Shavasana, for rest. We'll meet you there very soon. But for those doing therapy balls in the upper back, if your head is very close to the top of your mat, you might scooch yourself so that you're more in the middle. It's because I find when the therapy balls come onto the floor, they slip slide out of the way. Hold one in each hand. And now lift your head and shoulders up off the ground and pop those therapy balls in between your shoulder blades from your upper back. Once you find a sweet spot, can I help for a second? Yeah. Come on back down. There you go. Once you find a sweet spot, somewhere in between the shoulder blades, on either side of the spine, you can bring your head onto the floor. Or to alleviate pressure, if it's been a while or if this is the first time, bringing your head up onto a block might alleviate some pressure here. But take a slow, deep breath in and open your mouth to let all of that breath out. Take that one more time. Slow belly breath in and a long, clear breath out. And now perhaps you stay here in stillness, letting each breath soften and settle you into the earth. Or if you'd like to explore any gentle movement, you might slowly reach your arms up towards the sky, arms and palms heavy. And perhaps the fingertips reach 1 or 2 more inches towards the ceiling to let the shoulder blades widen and broaden. And then plug the shoulder blades towards each other to let the upper back settle into the earth. 1 or 2 more times, big inhale in, perhaps you reach up. And exhale to let the arms stay straight as you soften. Wherever you are, 1 more breath in. And big exhale to offer that breath out. And now slowly release those arms if they're lifted. With your knees bent, feet on the ground, we'll find 2 more places. You can press through your feet and roll your body to the top of your mat a few inches until those therapy balls come down your back to the middle of the shoulder blades, slightly lower than where they just were. Once you find a new place, you okay there? You want me to move them around? If you lift your head up. Yeah. And now come on down. Once you find a new place, slightly lower than before, take a deep breath in and open your mouth to let all of that breath go. Stay right here, or you might reach your arms slowly up towards the sky again, keeping the left arm reaching towards the ceiling. Reach the right arm overhead towards the top of your mat. And then draw the right arm back through center as the left arm reaches overhead. But go and move at your pace, with your breath, in stillness or this gentle movement. Take a breath in through the nose, and every exhale out through the nose or mouth. If you've moved those arms, draw them back through center to lower them back down to the earth. And now 1 more place, stay right here. Or press through your feet to roll your body another few inches to the top of your mat until those therapy balls come down to the bottom tips of your shoulder blades, slightly lower than where they've been before. Once you find this 3rd new place, head and tush heavy against the earth or on blocks. You want any help? You okay? Yeah, okay. Once you come down, take a long breath in and open your mouth to let all of that breath go. stay right here. Or perhaps you reach your arms up to the sky, and this time give yourself a hug, as if your hands are reaching for those therapy balls behind your back. Let the palms and fingers be heavy. You might stay very still or lean a little from side to side, taking big inhales in and long, clear breaths out. If you have one arm wrapped on top of the other, just switch which elbow is on top. See if that makes any difference. Deepen the breath in and lengthen the breath out. And now on an inhale, unravel your arms if they're wrapped. We'll make the exit journey out the same way we came in. You can scoot your hips towards your heels and roll yourself to the back of your mat until you feel the therapy balls come up your back. You can also roll over to one side to push them out of the way. But however they exit, do let them exit. For if they stay for the remainder of rest, occasionally they create more tightness than release. Once they find their way out, release them to the side. And the next place we'll meet is we'll make our way towards Shavasana, towards rest. So I invite you to give yourself time to take anything you need, add any layers or props. Feel free to let your hair down, let your glasses set safely off to the side. And as you make your way towards the earth, in any way, shape, or form, I'll talk us through a few rounds of pranayama, of some breath work, to cool the body and prepare the body for rest. You're more than welcome to just listen or follow along with the cadence of your breath. But for this first round of pranayama, called Sitali Pranayama, this cooling breath, if you can make that U shape with your tongue like a straw, you'll feel the inhale come in through the U. Or you might bring the upper and lower teeth together, keeping the lips parted, and feel the inhale coming in through the space between your teeth. Try it once or twice on your own, either through the curled tongue or through the space between your teeth. And as you exhale, let the lips close as you offer the breath out through your nose. Take that 2 or 3 more times at your pace. When you finish your 3rd or 4th round of breath, let the lips close. As you inhale in through the nose and exhale out through the nose or mouth. For this next round of breath, this interrupted or suspended breath, you'll imagine your next inhale in 3 separate parts. First inhale, just filling up the belly, pause. Next inhale, filling up the lungs and the sides of your waist, hold. Third, fill up into the heart and chest, pause. And then exhale all the way out through the nose or mouth to let that breath go. Continue on your own, following your breath. Inhale to fill the belly, pause. Fill the lungs and sides of your waist, hold. Fill the back and front of your heart, pause. And exhale through the nose to let every drop of that breath go. Slow inhale, fill the belly, pause. Fill the lungs and sides of your waist, hold. Fill the front and back of your heart, pause here. And exhale all the breath through the nose to empty yourself out. Last round. Following your pace, inhale to fill the belly, pause. Fill the lungs next. Hold. Fill the back and front of your heart. Pause. And exhale through the nose to let all of that breath go. Without any pauses or holds, take a breath to fill the belly, the heart, the throat, the crown of your head. And exhale to let every drop of that breath out. Begin to find the slow, steady cadence of your breath. Where it's here, each breath that you take might let you become heavier against the earth. And as you feel your attention and your mind's eye begin to turn itself more inward, you might become aware or notice or feel this warm, glowing ball of yellow radiating from the center of your belly, out the ribs, in the middle of your back. Yellow like the rays of the sun, the ray of life, the ray of creation, that spark of fire. And as you feel that energy within your body, you might feel it traveling down your legs into the earth, coming back up the legs into the heart and out through every fiber of you, through fingertips and crown of your head. That fire has burned high. The coals now glow with warmth. And as you let each cooling, quiet breath let you become heavier against the ground, the heavier you become, the more aglow, the more spacious you may just begin to feel. Begin to deepen your breath, taking a longer breath in and a sweeter breath out. Feel the cool air as it comes through the nose and the warmth that you generate with each exhale out. Let your breath begin to slowly awaken the body that you're in and the being that you are, with any gentle movement that just feels sweet to you. You might roll your wrists or ankles in one or the other direction. You might tip your head from side to side, heavy against the earth. Just being mindful of props and those around you. Perhaps you reach your arms away from your legs or draw your knees in towards your chest. But when the time comes, we'll all meet with the knees bent, arms overhead, as you roll to any side of your choice to coil into yourself. Take a breath or two here against the ground. And when the time comes, push into the ground to come up to rise to a tall seat, the same way we began. With those eyes softly open or softly closed, can you once again turn towards your breath? Taking a breath in, down, and wide. And exhale to offer the breath up and out through each direction. Manipura chakra, the lustrous gem, the color of yellow, the element of fire, asking us the question, where is it that I want to move this energy towards? So as we finish our time and our practice together with one more of those breaths, you can place your hands to center anywhere that feels for you. Take a deep breath in to offer all of that breath out. You might bow your head to your hands or lift your hands towards your head in such a simple yet sincere gesture of self-reverence, bowing to yourself and to each other who practiced right alongside next to you. And with all of our hearts, Nikki and I bow to each and every one of you all. Thank you so, so much for being here. Thank you. Drink lots of water. I'm very sweaty. Drink lots of water. Take really good care of yourselves and each other.